Good morning. Welcome to our session on graph connectors. We know you guys have a lot of sessions to go to and many things to choose from, so we really appreciate you being here. My name is James Lau, and I work on the graph connectors team. I'm excited today because I'm joined on stage by our wonderful panel of partners who we've been working closely with to build out the connectors ecosystem, as well as bring you the preview this week. So allow me to introduce John Back from Accenture, Tony Malandane from BA Insight, and last but not least, Sebastian Glatt and Christian Gross from Rayshon. So please give them a round of applause. Glad to have you guys here, guys. So for today's session, I'm going to start off by explaining a little bit about what connectors are and why we need them. I will talk a little bit about our preview release, and then go into a demo to show you how easy it is to set up one of the Microsoft-built connectors. Then I'm going to pass it on to our panel of partners who will give you their unique perspectives on enterprise search and connectors. Then we'll come back, and I'll tell you a few things that you should know about our preview program. So let's dive right in. All right, so I'm going to start off by showing you a photo. This is a picture of a place called Thousand Islands. Has anyone been there? It's in Ontario, Canada. Oh, several people. Cool. It's a beautiful place, pretty near and dear to my heart because it's about 200 miles east of Toronto, where it's my hometown. Beautiful place, beautiful picture. The problem is if you squint at it, it starts to look like a picture of many large enterprise data silos. So large organizations typically have tens, if not hundreds, of these data islands, and they don't talk to each other. They're separated by different security and compliance boundaries, and that makes search very challenging. According to McKinsey, the average knowledge worker spends 20% of their time just searching for information they need to do their jobs. Just let that number sink in for a moment. 20% is a full day of work in a work week. I don't know about you, but I'd rather be doing something else, maybe take a day off to go to the 4-day work week. That 20%, if you have 1,000 knowledge workers in your organizations, and let's just say $80,000 average salary, that translates to a whopping $16 million in productivity loss. I mean, that's a huge amount. And a large contributor to this problem is data living in different islands. Our solution to this problem is the Microsoft Graph Connectors. Microsoft Graph Connectors allow you to bring in external data into the graph. And of course, the graph is what powers Microsoft Search. So any data you bring in would become available to Microsoft Search. Now, one thing I want to note is we are calling these Microsoft Graph Connectors and not Search Connectors because we see Search as only one of the workloads that the graph will power. Over time, any data that you bring into the Microsoft Graph, you can expect those data to also be lit up across M365 experiences like Delve, Project Cortex, People Card, etc. So earlier this week, we announced the Microsoft Graph Connectors preview, and there are 3 components to this. First, there is a set of Microsoft-built connectors. Second, there is a set of ecosystem partner-built connectors. And then third, there is the Microsoft Graph Search API. So for the Microsoft-built connectors, we have 6 of them. It's on-prem file share, on-prem MS SQL, ServiceNow connector for KB articles, enterprise websites that you can use to bring in and crawl intranet websites, MediaWiki, and ADLS Gen 2, which allows you to bring in any files you have stored on ADLS. Now, as excited as I am about our first-party connectors, I'm even more excited about our partner connectors. That's because there are over 100 of these connectors, allowing you to connect to popular data sources like Salesforce, Box, Jira, Documentum, and much more. And all of these are available for preview starting this week. If you're interested in one of these, you'll need to contact one of the partners. And the third component is the Microsoft Graph Search APIs. And there are two parts to this. The first part is an indexing API that allows you to bring any data you want into the Microsoft Graph. And this is the API that you would use to build any custom connectors. And then there's also a query API that allows you to query things out of the graph to build custom search experiences. If you're interested in learning more about how to build connectors, I would recommend that you go to a theater session that Raju has at 12:05 today at Theater 6. So now I'm going to show you a quick demo on how to set up a ServiceNow connector end-to-end. If I know how to switch this. Oh, got it. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the setup here is I'm an admin for an organization where we use a lot of ServiceNow to KB articles. And naturally, I want to connect Microsoft Search with ServiceNow so that results can show up for my users. So here, you can see that I'm in the M365 admin. I'll just navigate to the Microsoft Search UI under Settings. And here you'll notice that there are three new things over here: connectors, verticals, and result types. And those are the three things that you need to set up in order to get the end-to-end experience that we want. So I'm going to go under connectors and click Add. Here, it brings up the catalog of built-in Microsoft connectors. I'll choose ServiceNow. I'll type in a name. This is the ServiceNow connector demo. May the demo gods be with me. All right. So on the next screen, we're going to enter our ServiceNow Cloud Instance URL. We support both basic auth and OAuth. Just for ease of demo, I'm going to type in use basic auth. And click sign in here. So what's happening behind the scenes here is that we're trying to authenticate with the ServiceNow Cloud Instance to make sure the credentials are correct and that this person has the rights to crawl the data. On the next screen, we have already talked to the ServiceNow instance and pulled back a set of source properties. You can click on Edit Properties to see the full list of properties. We've also pre-selected some of the defaults for you that we think makes the most sense. This looks good to me, so I'm just going to go ahead and close it. Here, you can set custom filters to limit the exact set of data that you want to pull back. I am going to click the Preview button to make sure that this set looks good and matches the filter that I'm expecting. So I hit Next. So on the next screen, you'll see that we have the list of source properties that we have selected, and then we can specify the different search attributes, whether we want something queryable, searchable, or retrievable. Queryable is something that, like, for example, in number, I want my users to be able to say number : the KB article number. So I would need to make that a queryable property. Searchable property just means that we're trying to go do a match in that property. And for retrievable properties, you would need to make a property retrievable if you want it to show up on the result type. So the rest looks good to me. Maybe I'll make this one. So I'm going to hit Next. So our connectors platform supports security trimming. because that's a very important attribute of Connector's platform. But in this particular case, all the KP articles that I'm bringing in, I just want it public to my entire organization. So I'm just going to hit next and make it available to everyone. Lastly, the last step is to set the refresh settings, how often the incremental crawls and full crawls happen. Setting the right value for this really depends on the data source you're bringing in and how often they get modified and deleted. For my case, not a lot of things get deleted over time, so I'm just going to decrease this frequency and hit next. So at this point, we're done. This page just lets me review all the things that I have set. This looks good. So at this point, we're done with configuring the connection itself. There are two steps left. One is creating the result type, and the second one is creating the vertical. So I'm going to go ahead and create the result type here. So result type is what dictates how your result shows up on the search results page. Oh, sorry guys. I need to switch. So because it takes a couple of minutes for the connection to be enabled and starts crawling, and I couldn't think of a 2-minute joke to tell on stage, so I have created a connection on a different tenant. So I've switched to it. There's nothing up my sleeves. And I'll do ServiceNow, MRT. You may hear the term MRT stands for modern result type. So I'm going to select the connection that I've just created. Here you can optionally specify rules if you have multiple MRTs and tell search how you want them matched. Because we only have one, it doesn't really matter. So here is the meat of how you get to design the MRT. If you click on this, you get a pretty rich design experience. You can select one of the templates to get started. You can launch into a WYSIWYG experience. And this uses something that's called adaptive cards, if you're familiar with it. It's essentially a lightweight JSON UI layout language. I'm not going to go into this. If you're interested in learning more about this, I would encourage you to stay for the session at 11:30 in this room, where my colleagues will go much deeper into the search customizations. So coming back here, I'm going to cheat a little. Pretend that my designer just sent this layout to me. And I am going to just click Add Result Type. And at this point, we're done. Now, the last step is to create a vertical. Vertical, you've got to give it a name. And this name is actually important because it's actually what's going to show up on the UI. But we actually just want it to say ServiceNow. Again, we select the connector that we just created as a content source. Here, you can also optionally add a KQL to limit and pare down the results that you want to show up in this vertical. For us, we're just going to leave the default, and we're going to add the vertical. Go ahead and enable the vertical. And at this point, we're done. So just to recap, we added a connection, we created a result type for that data source, and we created a vertical to dictate how it will show up. What we've done here when we added the vertical is that we have added it at the tenant level. You can also do that at a site collection level if that's what you want to do. So at this point, I'm going to switch persona. I'm Megan, pretend I'm Megan. I'm looking for a Mark 8 ServiceNow article, but as you can see, I don't see it here. But let me refresh, and if the demo gods are with me, you can see it show up. And if you click on it, you can actually now very easily see the results coming back from the ServiceNow Cloud instance. Thank you. Now, one of the cool things about Microsoft Search is that it enables you to search the same content across multiple endpoints. So you can see in this particular case, I'm showing results from SharePoint. But if you can also do this from Bing.com or Office.com. OK, now I'm going to switch to John. Oops. Who's going to tell you all about Accenture and how Accenture can help you.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it. See if we can get the slides moving here. There we go. Okay, great. So my name's John Back. I'm with Accenture, and inside Accenture, a little team called the Search and Content Analytics Group. I'll talk a little bit more about them in a moment. I've been working in the search space now for about 15 years. That's way too long. I've been working with connectors for probably as long. And I'll talk a little bit about our experience in that particular space as we go through this presentation. We're really excited at Accenture with the Microsoft Graph products, the capabilities it's going to bring to applications we can develop and deliver to our clients is really exciting. It offers a whole new set of experiences. And as James said, search is a great way to think about it at the beginning, but the number of applications we see being able to bring to clients is really going to rapidly increase over the next couple of years. So this is really just the beginning of a new class of applications that understand your unstructured content in a way you haven't seen in the last couple of years. So really exciting stuff, and Accenture's really looking forward to doing that. So a little bit about Accenture and our work with Microsoft. We're probably one of the bigger partners in the Microsoft ecosystem. We've been working together for well over 15 years. Their top partner for those years. We're also a huge customer of Microsoft, probably their largest customer globally. We have 500,000 plus people in the company, and as you might imagine, there are 500,000 plus Microsoft email inboxes there. We've got teams deployed across more than half the company, and that's rolling out to more and more people on a regular basis. We've been using OneDrive for years. So we're deeply embedded in the technologies that Microsoft is talking about here today. We know it as a user. It's one of those things that we have a really great firsthand experience at inside Accenture as to what does it take to take these technologies and deploy them at scale. We've also been working with Microsoft for years as a partner and delivering solutions around their platforms for years. We started a joint venture called Avanade that does that exclusively. So our capabilities in this area really are very deep, very long, very strong at the development level. And that includes this new technology announcements today around the graph technologies and connectors. So the connectors come from our experience in a group called Search and Content Analytics, as I mentioned a little while ago. This is a team inside of Accenture composed of over 200 people that do nothing but deal with unstructured content. Now, unstructured content, as we all know, and as James mentioned, is really becoming more and more important to organizations. Everybody's seen how we can now deal with structured content and deliver high-valued analytic solutions to organizations in the way they look at their data. The next frontier really is unstructured content. And in order to get unstructured content and start doing something with it, you have to access it. And that's where connectors come into play, as James said. And they get used in lots of different ways. And one of the ways that we use them is to feed into a graph system and start entering all of the unstructured content from multiple data sources. And this team inside Accenture, the Search and Content Analytics Group, has been doing that sort of work around search engines and the Microsoft ecosystem for well over 15 years. So we've got a great deal of experience in this, as well as in the connector technology that actually allows you to do things with unstructured data across the organization. So what I want to do now, just briefly, is talk about the connectors. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but James mentioned it. All of us across the stage here have been working with Microsoft for a long time. We know the value of bringing content into the search and graph environment from unstructured data sources. We have over 50 connectors out there. They're highly scalable. They support security. They're well tested, well supported on a global basis, and tested at hundreds of customers out there. So I think the thing you should know about this is this particular part of the graph environment is not new. It's been out there for a long time. It's been well tested, well vetted. It's going to work very quickly and nicely within this new ecosystem. So we're really excited about seeing what value it can bring to the graph applications that James mentioned. So what I want to talk about, rather than giving a demo, is kind of a practical application of connectors and kind of show the evolution of applications in what people here may have seen in their own organizations, just kind of your classic corporate enterprise search. And as I said, we at Accenture share the same problems everybody in this room probably shares as well. And we've been through the same travels in trying to improve our accessibility to content to do our jobs. So if you look at the simple search bar, everybody's trying to figure out how do I make this simpler. We've got the simple search bar, as everybody would expect. But if you look at the way we had search a couple of years ago, it really was very basic. A basic list of results. It didn't have a lot of different sources from it, so the content came basically from SharePoint and web content. It was not using any of the kind of current techniques we're expecting in search results today, things like answer cards, where we kind of understand the query that's put in the search box and try to answer that right out of the bat. And there's very limited sources that were available. So very simplistic, very basic search. This is common in a lot of different organizations, and common with the implementation of a search application in most organizations, kind of the just get it up and running. What we've seen at Accenture is you've got to grow this over time and start adding new content sources. So what you see if you go to our corporate intranet today is across the bar, just as James indicated, the verticals there are there. We've got lots of different content sources that users can see. It's securely provided to these users, so you only see what you're supposed to see when you go into these different verticals and look at the content. So all of that is taking place in the background behind you. I'm able to see content from multiple sources out there across the organization that I have access to. And lastly, we're starting to see answer cards showing up. So we're improving the query box to actually start understanding the query, not just look at keywords, but understand intent of the user. So Julie Sweet, our recently appointed CEO, is a person. So let me try to give information about that person so you can maybe move on. We've got things like their name, their background, how to contact them, other information like images and videos are included in there. So all the different content sources available across my organization are now becoming available to me to present to users in fashions that they haven't seen before. And this is all happening inside the corporate intranet today in Accenture. This is a journey. So these things will now improve. Now that we've got graph technology from Microsoft, we're going to be able to better understand the entities that we're able to pull out from our content sources and the relationships between those entities. What documents do I work on? What people are working with me on a project? What people should I be working with that have the same knowledge about these types of topics? Those are the kinds of changes we're going to see in search and search-driven applications in the coming years because of the graph technology. One of the other areas that we're seeing this inside Accenture is just a single pane of glass that collects all the information that might be relevant to me as an individual inside Accenture. Now this is Julie Suite. It's all mocked up data. You just, please be aware of that. But it just shows in one place the tickets I've sent to the IT organization for maybe access to my laptop. I can see what's all going on with that, or other systems. It's all centralized for me in one place. I've got training classes that I need to take and those that I've finished and completed. I've got access to external systems for brokerage information, as well as information on my travel. Again, another external system. So connectors and the ability to use these types of devices are the way I reach out and capture information from other systems, and then search is the way I'm presenting it to the user here in kind of, if you will, a single pane of glass to answer questions for people as I go forward and try to do my job. So what we're trying to do at Accenture, as I think everybody here is in their own organizations, is how do I get the information I need to do my job faster, quicker? We're trying to do the same thing here by providing all the key information I as an employee might need right here in front of me in a single portal for the user. So just to wrap it up, Accenture, Microsoft, we've been working together for a real long time, got a lot of deep experience, great relationships between the companies, super deep technical understanding of the technologies out there. So it's just a really great relationship, as it is with many of the other partners that are up here speaking with us today. We've got proven technology out there. It's been deployed at many organizations globally, handles all the important things you would want to use in an enterprise in terms of security and scalability, and it's supported on a 7-by-24-hour basis. So you're not worrying about, well, when this breaks, what do I do? So we've got those full capabilities around us. So as I said before, Accenture is very excited about this new introduction to the Microsoft ecosystems of technologies. We're looking at it today, starting to think about how we can apply it to client applications, and certainly the connectors are a big part of that, and we see that evolving over the next couple of years. So thanks for your time. I'm going to turn it over to Tony now. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John, and thank you, James, for inviting us here today and giving us a chance to demonstrate how our products can work with Microsoft Search and the Graph API, basically to enable better search experience, great user experience, and also solve the data silo problem that James mentioned. With Insight, we are a Microsoft partner who has been working on search for quite some time, probably about the same time as John and Search Technologies and Raytheon, in the 10, 15 years range. We were the first one to work on the Cloud SSA and exceed those 20 million limits that was initially set when Microsoft came out with it. So right off the bat, we just basically pushed it and tried to get it even beyond what was planned. But we also had deployments on 2013 reaching 80 million items and so on. Proven technology, 125 customers and over 3.5 million users. We get deployments from a few hundred users, 1,000 users, to our largest ones are above 100,000 users worldwide. And a portfolio of 17 plus connectors and also AI and role-based classification and taxonomy and document extraction techniques, basically. All of those are products that we fully support, not services or anything in this. So I want to go back to what James was talking about with the data silo, and there's obviously a cost benefit of solving the data silo. I personally love the much more close to the heart problem with the user experience. I mean, if you're a user in a large company and you have 10 systems and you got to go and log onto those 10 systems and run your searches, yeah, that hours, it's not just the hours lost, it's the frustration that goes with that. And just like, I cannot imagine wanting to go to work if I know that I'm going to have to fight with 10 systems day in and day out to get what I want. So really what we think of it is the connectivity approach just gives you a way to change from being frustrated about your system and not really looking forward to using them to actually having direct access to the information, and you go back now to the systems of reference when it makes sense and not just when you're looking for information. So it goes from being frustrations to actually being a power tool that you use for your needs. And obviously you make better decisions now if you have access to your information. The last slide here is our sample of all of our connectors. If you don't see connectors that you are looking for here, it's pretty simple. Just call us and ask us. We build connectors on demand, and when we build them, we actually build them as products, fully supported products and maintained products. So this is more of a build-to-order approach. Okay, and with that, I will switch to a demo environment, and I will show you. There we go. I will show you a bit of a connectivity hub product and as well as the few connectors there. So we have 3 connectors in the demo environments: the Confluence, Documentum, and Facebook. And I thought that instead of focusing a bit on the end user aspect, which you've seen already in terms of what you can do with verticals and bringing the information together, I would spend a bit more time maybe giving you some nuggets of wisdom around what to pay attention to on connectivity problems, basically, in projects, so that you can keep that in mind if you decide to go and get into that type of project. So the first thing, I think, the high level is you want flexibility, right? If you think of connectivity, the source system is not always clean. How many of you would just go and index a file share without even paying attention to what's in it? You probably would not. There's a lot of things that you would find in there, from ISO files to executables to whatever has been lingering around for 20 years. So you want to be careful about that and really only index the content that makes sense. And that means that your connectivity solution needs to have the flexibility to be able to decide that. So if I take, for example, the Facebook approach, we can actually give you in Facebook the list of the list of groups that exist in your Facebook workplace environment, and you can actually decide which one of those you actually want to index, which one you want to expose in your environment, so that you can only promote the valuable content and not necessarily introduce all of the noise with other environments, that sort of things. We can also obviously do the same thing with things like Confluence or Documentum. In Confluence, we can basically just let you decide, do you want to index your spaces, do you want to index your pages, blog posts, attachments, and so on. And you want to be careful about that, again, not putting too much noise in your index and resulting in bad user experience. The second element around the flexibility is also about the metadata. what you're going to get a lot when you start indexing multiple systems is system calling the same thing, different names. You will have business units on one side, you will have organization on the other side, and division on a third one. You don't want to just index that raw data the same way, because then it becomes confusing for your users. You want to actually spend a bit of time making sure that you have homogeneous metadata for your users so that it's a lot easier for them to consume. And that's the kind of things that we can do easily as well by simply having access to the metadata that from the systems, the original metadata from the system, and simply decide which one you want to include or not, but also decide if you want to go and transform it so that if it's called a business unit on one side, you're actually going to call organization across the board so that it's easier to consume for users. You can enrich it by looking up acronyms and all that into another systems and replacing those acronyms or obscure terms with something that is a lot more easier to understand for your users. So you have a lot of flexibility about the metadata, and you can make sure that the search experience after that you get is actually what your users will enjoy. I'm going to switch tab just to make it easier. The result of that is once you're actually ready to, once you think you have a good grasp on the metadata and all that, you can actually use test bench tools like that, which basically simulates the crawl, simulates fetching the content, and you can see the result of not only just fetching the information from your source, but also the transformation that you decided to apply so that you can confirm that the data that you will put in the index is of the quality. And finally, once you're done with that, just as simple as James showed on the Microsoft UI, you can just basically start to schedule the crawls, and it will just take care of crawling it and incrementally finding any new content, obviously applying security if need be, and that sort of things. And that's it. The result is pretty much what you would expect from a user perspective. If I run searches now, I will actually see, if I spell it properly, that would be even better. You will actually see content that comes from SharePoint Online, but also from Documentum here for files, for example. But you can also see Confluence content or Facebook content, again, related to your search. And you can notice here that whether it's coming from Confluence and Facebook, actually name the verticals Confluence and Facebook so that, to mirror the product names. But you don't have to know where the system is, and they all look the same in terms of experience and consistency. If that's something that you're interested in, you can go to the actual container, to the actual place where the original information was located to see what else is there that would be usable. And you can do that whether you're in Confluence or whether you're in Facebook. And again, that consistency is something you want to make sure you have for your end users. And this is pretty much it. With that, just done. And
Thank you. Perfect.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so my name is Sebastian Klatt, and together with Christian, we are from Ration. So to give you a little bit context, and for those who don't know Ration, we are an international IT business consultancy based in Germany. We are super excited to be here, and that's not a typical state of emotion for Germans. So, so we are working in the areas of collaboration, cloud, and especially search. So we were founded in 2001, so 20 years experience in the search area. We do basically end-to-end consulting and services, meaning we are supporting our customers do strategy, planning, implementing, and operating enterprise search solution and search-based applications, so business applications based on search. During these services over the last 20 years, we also developed a range of complementing products, basically tools that are complementing Microsoft search offerings. On the one hand, we have a search interface called the SRI. On the other hand, we have those connectors that we are now talking about. And with these, we started building the connectors like 15 years ago. With these 15 years of experience, you see we have quite some places where our solutions are installed. And we collected just some examples of basically what our customers are doing with these connectors. So we're talking here about millions of documents from single instances from systems like Atlassian Confluence or IBM Connections, created by 100,000 of users, completely taking care about the document security. and making them searchable from enterprise search system and search-based applications. We have solutions where we index hundreds of millions of documents per year from Exchange. And this one example is near and dear to my heart because that's a customer of mine. 25 million documents from a SharePoint on-prem system. Here it is a 2010 system indexing into SharePoint Online, where they use some really interesting custom security, which is not possible out of the box. And our basically processing pipeline that's factored into our connector made it possible to have the security in place and ready for the cloud search. So with that, I will hand over to Chris to make the funny part, meaning the demo.
Thank you.
One more?
One more.
In case the Wi-Fi works.
Yeah. Thank you for the introduction, being here there on the stage. The demo is, what I'll present is the following. So we index Atlassian Jira, which is a ticket project management tool, IBM Connections, which is a collaboration tool on premise, and Salesforce, customer relationship management, into Microsoft Search on the one end. And the other part of the demo is I'll show how a user accesses this valuable data. This is on the one hand side via enterprise search, the search center, which we saw now twice. And on the other end, it's via modern web part which renders a business application. So let me switch. Yes, I made it. So the normal user experience, or how extremely many users access enterprise searches via the intranet portal. So you have, of course, also in SharePoint, we heard it a couple of times on this conference, great means to build portals directly within SharePoint. And users can start searching from here, or from the SharePoint home. So, and let's say a user wants to find his documents from Contoso Electronics, and what we index here is, of course, the normal SharePoint content, but we also have, like James showed, our custom web parts for, let's say, IBM Connections. What's great about Microsoft Search and what the team built here is that the flexibility the product brings. Yeah? On the one hand, you can define a search schema so that it satisfies your users' needs and the business needs which you have. And then you have this great flexibility directly within Microsoft Search to build a rich user experience. This means with the metadata, our connector also, the connectors of BA Insight and Accenture bring is we have this metadata available along with the document content, and then we can render this information in a way that it clearly distinguishes the respective document types which you have in the content sources, like in IBM Connections, you have communities, forums, or attached files. But you can also bring in breadcrumbs, yeah, to make the navigation easier to see the context for these respective documents. Of course, also full text search works. So if I refine my search here as a user, then I not only find documents where the title matches, but also where content or metadata matches. Okay. Another use case is, of course, a ticket search. So it's usually in support cases, or also when you search for knowledge, then you want to find and documents also from Atlassian Jira or ServiceNow or similar systems. In this case, we have different content types like tickets, project spaces, where you can directly jump in, or attachments within Jira attached to tickets. And also here we have full text search, and we can directly find the respective documents which are attached to the tickets. What's important about the attachments here is that usually also users don't want just to know where how I access the document itself, but also where it's attached to. With the metadata which we provide, we can also add additional information like this one. So Sebastian has to work on a critical ticket, which was due last week. It's not open. It's not closed. Okay. Last use case, Salesforce. So our customers have within Salesforce a lot of their contacts of their clients. And then if you prepare a proposal, let's say, then you also want to know the address of Annette Ferguson, for instance, or the email address to contact her directly. And that's all metadata which we can render within this UI here. So how does all of this work in the back end? So we've seen the demo of Beer Insight, how the connectors look like. Our work similarly and also look similarly. So you have, of course, the status of the crawls, but also a debug mode where you can access all the index documents.
Right it.
Sorry?
Microphone on? Okay, so this one is important, right? So as Christian mentioned, it's a debug mode because this could contain sensitive information. So it's super handy if you build a solution or if you want to look up something, but of course you can turn it out so that basically the data relies on your source system and in the Microsoft search, but nowhere somewhere in between.
Correct. But it's important to have a way to understand what's the indexing status of a certain document like this one. So we have, of course, we see when this document was crawled, but we also can, for development purposes, see what metadata is available and how we can transform it further so that it makes the most sense for your search-based application or your enterprise search. So the other application I wanted to show is a customer cockpit. So that's an SPFX web part. So we have this intense session in 30 minutes in this room. I can just do the ads. This web part works as follows. Let me refresh the page. So imagine you are a sales manager or a sales engineer and you want to know what's going on within your Contoso Electronics account. So then we utilize Microsoft Search to first find the respective account out of many. And then we can leverage all the index data, which we already use for enterprise search, for our business application, this dashboard. So we have the base data of Contoso Electronics. We have the Salesforce informations, the latest activities here. We know what's going on in the ticket system or within our internal collaboration teams. Going one step further, so since collaboration not only takes place on SharePoint pages, we can also do the very same within our customer care team within Microsoft Teams. Here we have the very same SharePoint web part, if it loads, and I can directly out of Teams access my customer information via the graph APIs provided by Microsoft, and that's pretty amazing, isn't it?
Perfect, thank you. And now think about when the SharePoint framework is ready for Office add-ins, right? So having Salesforce contacts with an Outlook, nice thing. Click. So basically what Christian just showed was the outcomes of the condensed experience of working on connectors for the last 15 years. So basically I'm standing in front of you, that's making me nervous. Basically, what we developed over the time are 45 plus 45 connectors. You see an excerpt here on the slide. It's a solid foundation for us for being for building custom connectors as well. As mentioned, we are also a services company. These connectors, we made them available for SharePoint on-prem whenever the SharePoint on-prem version became available. We made them available for SharePoint Online, and we're now super happy to announce that they are in a public preview as graph connectors for Microsoft Search as well. And with this, I want to give back to James. Oh, no, I always forget the slide. No, come on. And of course, if you want to learn more, please feel free to contact us, and perhaps we could have a wine tonight or a beer, but only if they have German ones. And with that, back.
All right, thank you. Okay, I just want to wrap up by telling you guys a few things that you should know about the preview. First of all, this is an early preview where we want to be open and transparent with you guys, and we want to get your feedback. We don't recommend that you put it in production environment. You should use the connectors in either a test tenant or a test site collection within your production tenant. one of the biggest reasons is you should expect to have to delete and recreate some of these connections as we make incompatible product improvements. We'll try hard not to break you, but we can't guarantee. There's a limit of 10 connections per tenant. And also, there is no charge for any storage or compute use related to connector during the preview. We don't have information to share yet about the pricing, but you can expect to hear more when we reach GA. So if there's only one thing that you take away from this presentation, make it this URL, AKAMS, I want connectors. So from this link, you'll be able to sign up for the preview, get the documentation, browse the connectors gallery, contact our partners, and also link to our Microsoft Search user voice. And finally, these are some of the related sessions. If you're interested in connectors, these are also the sessions that you're probably going to be interested in. Most of these are done now, but you can still take a picture of it and go watch the videos. Again, in 30 minutes, there's another talk here, SRCH40, which my colleagues will go much deeper into search customizations and development, as well as the theater session at 12:05. And with that, I want to thank you all again for coming. I hope you guys have learned something about the graph connectors and the preview program and all the great partner connectors that our partners are offering. I hope many of you will go sign up for their preview. That's it. Thank you.